Hello everyone, this is Flammy and welcome back to another Let's Play episode. So today we're doing something that a lot of you have definitely been waiting for, my base build. So we're now Town Hall level 7, and I'm starting to get some of my defenses up to a high enough level that it actually makes sense to redesign completely and go in and build. So I think I'm going to do an attack first. As you can see, I've got a full army. Just keep gathering resources, and we'll do a couple attacks as we're going through the build, just as army trains up. But in the meantime, in between, I'll just be hauling around stuff and redesigning. So yeah, if you guys have not seen one of these before, the typical pattern goes like this. Attack, build for 10 minutes, attack, build, and it'll probably be like 40 minutes or an hour long. Okay, so we're getting up a little bit in the trophy count, so I think this is going to be a pretty good spot to be at. It is midday though, so maybe we won't find the best of people to attack. Ooh, 87,000. Pretty sure I could take this guy on. Question is if I want to go try to find more. I do need both elixir and gold. I did start a couple of constructions, but I'll get to those in a minute when we get back to our base. So I'm gonna, I didn't say it, but I'm gonna skip that guy. I'd like to have one with more of both. Combined total, that was about 110,000, which I definitely think we could improve on. Okay, here's an interesting one where they do have an elixir, dark elixir storage. They don't have any in it, and we don't have ours built, so if we did have ours built and they did have some in it, and we attacked, then we could potentially steal some. Here's an interesting thing. You see all the tombstones right here, near that spawn hole? It's right in here if you're missing it. It's hard to tell when it's buried under all of them, but in unintentional error, possibly intentional, maybe there were traps there. Probably not anymore, though. I'm pretty sure you can't put down traps on top of tombstones. But yes, we're just going to keep on searching through. Hope I won't regret skipping that 87,000 gold one. This one's about equal to that, more even on the resources though. Even easier base. The defenses really aren't leveled on this guy. Plus you could pick off some of them, top left and bottom right, with archers over the walls. I do have one extra giant that completed, so we were down 5 archers from the army I have been using lately. But pretty standard stuff overall. Here's the higher level walls and stuff, but lower level base. This guy's going slower and upgrading his defense is better, so this base would actually be a lot harder to attack than the previous one, which was actually a higher level town hall. Another about bit light on the resources. That one's only about 86,000 total. So some people have commented thinking that I should go right for the dark elixir storage, and I did have the amount of resources that I could. And let me explain why I'm not going to go for that right away. And maybe towards the end of Town Hall 6 we'll get, or Town Hall 7 that we're currently at, we'll get it, but not immediately. So the thing about Dark Elixir is I'm recording this and playing this just after the update. I mean within like 4 days or so of the update. It came out last Thursday. I'm recording this on a Sunday. Monday. Yes, Monday. And the thing about Dark Elixir is it is very slow to collect. It takes just over 20 days if you're going to collect the full amount for Barbarian King. So yes, you can steal from others, but what this means is overall, there's not going to be very much available. I hit end match to head back home. I'm sort of testing a theory here about searching and how it works, and if I actually come to any conclusions, I'll announce it, but anyways, yes, Dark Elixir is exceedingly rare, and will be rare for at least that 20 days while everyone's still fighting over it, and even after that, it's going to be very rare and a very hard commodity to get. Ooh, there's the resource count. That's amazing. High level base, though. Can we take it on? Defenses are okay. They're not great. Like, my wizard towers are higher level and stuff. Clan Castle's got 2 air defenses, 1 mortar's under construction, 1 cannon's under construction, so that all helps. Yeah, he's got 3 wizards, but they're not leveled like I mentioned. Cannons aren't great. Could bust into the top left. I don't really like that. Yeah, we're gonna attack this base. First I need to decide though, is the gold in the storages or the collectors? It's in the storages, as you can see from the animation. Somewhat unfortunate, but can't really do anything about it. As soon as this goes down, I will drop a healer. Drop a bomb as well to assist. There we go, perfect. I'm going to drop... Oh, look, there's stuff outside the walls, didn't even notice. That could have been a problem with giants. Oh, spring traps. Not bad, spring trap. I'm going to drop archers and barbarians out here to take out the archer tower. There's going to be a Tesla in this bottom little circle. We don't need to activate until later. Actually, I heard something very interesting the other day, which is Teslas. I've always sort of had the question, like, what happens if you have like a Tesla in the corner of your map? Does that mean they can't 100% you because they're like at 98%? I've heard something interesting, which is if you get to 50% destroyed, they deploy automatically. So maybe we'll see if that happens. There might be another one somewhere else, like maybe on the top. No, there's a gravestone there. I doubt it. It'll probably activate right now if it's in there. If it doesn't activate, though, yeah, I'm fine with that. Too bad it did. God, stupid zoom. I actually don't know what causes that. If anyone has, like, knows what causes that, that'd be, please tell me. That was a good bomb right there, actually. Good prediction that I'd put out archers. Giants are doing pretty good. They're mostly still alive. They're sort of spread out right now, and there's still, some of them are attacking the wall, which is, the Tesla was in, which is sort of pointless because it's now dead. Can't do anything about it, though. Although, it looks like the healers were doing a really good job of just slowing down. Why are you attacking that wall, you stupid giants? They just busted through the wall in 2 places. Waste of time. Yeah, giants, we're doing pretty good. We're at like 7 or 8 left, it looks like. So that means they still can get through walls pretty quickly, which is important. Okay, we're going to take out this guy. Try to stay out of range of the wizard tower. Deploy my last guys out here. Actually, do I want to do that? I stopped midway. I guess I can do that for now. I want to take out the archer, the air defense, but I'm not going to necessarily be able to kill everything here. Stupid, how much health does he have? Oh, he's got a lot of health. That sucks. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use Wallbreaker to destroy this corner wall. I'm going to deploy my Clan Castle guys, which have a lot of archers, which will take out all these, or a lot of the storages. We don't have much time left, so I better deploy goblins as well. The thing about this base is, like, as you attack higher levels, they just have more stuff, which means it's a lot harder to, quite simply just attack them because you don't have enough time. I probably should have deployed the Clan Castle guys faster. Yeah, I really should have. But, you know what? Live and learn. Yeah, guys, if you're ever in that situation, attack guys. Attack with more guys. Yeah, we really missed out on a lot of gold there. We definitely could have gotten that storage. I just sort of, it's hard to commentate and play at the same time because got a lot of things going around in your mind, and I wasn't paying as much attention to the clock as I probably should have. Giants did pretty good. They started losing mass over there after they got into the mortar, and so they slowed down. Okay, so let's request guys first of all. Then let's queue guys, and then we can get to the upgrading the base to a new one. Lots of guys. Thank you very much. Very active clan. Okay, we're going to need everything. Start with 2 wall breakers. And all the goblins. I did 20 goblins. If I had deployed my goblins earlier, that would have been really effective too, because I had to full 20. And they weren't going to die very easily, because the wizard towers are relatively far away. One of the problems with that guy's base was the fact that the defenses were spread out around the outside, which means that with none of them in the center, or relatively few, there were like 2 mortars in the center, sort of, but they could have been more so. But he had 6 storages in the center, as well as his town hall. All of that stuff just means all of your defenses are very spread out. Okay, this healer's about to finish up, so I'll queue a second one. I think I need a bunch of barbarians, so I guess I'll queue them all in here. I'm doing 20-ish barbarians, 25. So, yeah, I think I did 25 last time, so. We're at 83 out of 183 out of 185, but there is an extra healer queued, so. So, how many more do we need? We need 18 more. Nine would be 13. Try and do it in my head to even them all out so they all finish at roughly the same time. I might rebalance them later because this one's 16 minutes and this other one will be less. Yeah, 7 minutes. I'll have to try to remember to rebalance them later. Stupid zoom. Okay, let's blow up the base. Put all of the barracks down in one corner just for ease of training in the future. What sort of base am I going to be creating today? Actually, you know what? Let's first talk about the defenses, because I mentioned I was going to do that when we got back to base. So Town Hall 7 provides some new defenses, as always. What do we get? So we've got 2 new cannons. One of them is actually brand new because it's added in the update, but now we get 2 new cannons. We get a new air defense, a new mortar, and a new archer tower, and that is it. As you can see, I've got level 5, level 5. This is just, I think that's just building initially. I don't think I'm upgrading that. I might be, though. Yeah, I'm upgrading that to level 2. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. Mortar's working on level 3, and archer tower is at 5. Yeah, it's also 5. So those are all the new things that I got. Of course, we also get access to new levels of things. So, for example, this cannon is level 7 and was the maximum level we could get at Town Hall 6. I already upgraded this cannon. 7? Was that 7? Yeah, that was 7. I think I said. No, I said Town Hall 6. I'm confusing myself. Anyways, this cannon can now be upgraded to 8. I don't think I can do it anymore. No, I cannot. As you can see, though, it's the only difference is this little gold band that goes from bottom right to top left, which this one does not have. So yes, I did upgrade this a little while back. Why did I upgrade this cannon? Well, quite simply, I just was like raiding off camera. Well, I wasn't commentating, live commentating, I was still recording it. I'll be using that later, actually. And I just happened to get enough gold to upgrade it, and that was 400,000 gold, so I did that. Even more so, I got enough gold to upgrade a wizard tower from level 3 to 4, which is very expensive. It is, what was it, 128? Yeah, it's 128, which is 1.28 million, which is a whole ton of gold. So yeah, I was just like raiding, and it was doing really good, so you'll see some of the attacks later, so don't worry. And yeah, and so I just happened to get enough. I was going to just like do a couple of upgrades, but then I happened to get enough to do one big upgrade, which is always beneficial. I'm of the idea that you should always do lots of do your big upgrades before your little upgrades, just because it's harder to save up that big amount, as you might imagine. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers new defenses and stuff. Is there anything else? I need to think. Yeah, so why did I not build my new base right away, as soon as I could, as soon as I got to Town Hall 7? Well, I mean, you get the new buildings right then, but the thing is, you don't get the new, you have to upgrade all the stuff to a higher level first. So this is especially important when you're like Town Hall 6 and Town Hall 7 and above, because I mean, is a level 2 cannon really going to help your defenses if you put it behind a wall? And the answer is really no, it does not help. So there's you just you can put it off, and you should put it off, because redesigning can make your base weaker if the defenses are underleveled, or particular key defenses are underleveled. So it's like you can't trust a level 1 mortar to do the same damage as what do I have, level 5s or something? Well, I moved them out, they're down here. Level 4s. Level 5 mortar is actually a really good one to get to, because that lets you one-hit every single archer level, including archer level 5s, which is very important. It means it kills archers level 5s twice as fast. Okay, other things. I just remembered one other thing. I did start the lab finished upgrading, and I started the archer upgrade right away. Archers are my favorite, as you've probably noticed. I mean, I love healer giant as well, but archers are my favorite single unit. So I definitely wanted to upgrade them as soon as possible, and I typically upgrade them first because I use them all the time. But that was a 3-day upgrade. We're about 1 day into it. How much did that cost? That was 750,000, I remember. So I had a full million. I had actually maxed out my elixir storage. Because this was the time when I was doing a really good job raiding. I had gotten over the 1.28 million gold for the wizard tower, and I kept maxing out my elixir. But all my workers were busy, so that was like, you can't do anything about it. And I knew the lab was finishing, so I wanted to have a lot of elixir to start a big, long research. And so I did do that. Let's see. Yeah, so I started that upgrade as soon as the lab finished. Great to also upgrade labs right away as soon as possible, because that's just another thing you can dump resources into, because it doesn't require a builder, obviously, to research. Quite beneficial. Okay, so let's move on to what sort of base I am building today. Said I would talk about it, now I'm finally getting around to it. So, I'm going to do another farming base. Town hall outside the walls, like current, and like past. This base will not have a dark elixir storage in it. I'll probably have to do a new base when it's time to, when after I've completed that dark elixir storage, and if we actually have any resources in it. As you might expect, the resources are going to be the focus of protecting, because this is a farming base, or it's going to be a farming base. I mean, this last one was a farming base as well, but this farming base is going to take into account more defenses. How did this base turn out? This base turned out alright. It wasn't the best of my bases, this one I'm currently destroying. There was a couple attacks that it was very successful in. Actually, speaking of attacks, are there any recent ones I should review? Yeah, there are. There's this fun Pika attack, kicked my ass, as you might imagine. We should watch that. How much time is left on my training? Let me check my barracks. This should be almost done. 2 minutes on this one, but lots of time on this, probably 10 minutes. Let's take an intermission and watch some Pika attacks. As soon as I queue up 10 more archers in here. Good. 5 minutes. 8 minutes. Getting closer. Seven minutes, and balancing. Add 2, and then we're good. 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes. Perfect. They'll all finish at the same time. Okay. So, recent attack. Any others, though? Did we watch that 23 hours ago? No, we didn't. You know what? It's probably boring. It's Arch Barbarian. Okay, this attack, I probably should have talked more about what they had, but higher level. We'll look at their base in a minute, see exactly what level they are. Level 5 archers, I'm mentioning this. Our mortars will not be able to one-hit them, like you saw right there. They've got health left over. Okay, giants, clan castle guys. Level 5 wall breakers, that's sort of unusual. He's hitting the buttress wall right there, which is good. He's bringing in more, though. So he busted through the wall. As you can see, my wizard tower is inactive. Some of my newbie defenses on the top left were upgrading, but like the mortar, for example, is active right now. Mortar's having a hard time killing the archers. Goblins. Okay, oops, spring trap. Wizard tower should do great against those goblins. And more archers. Good, the goblins are dead. Except for the ones right near the clan castle, but it looks like they're working on dying fast as well. Interesting he didn't lead off with the Pika. I guess he was trying to save it and get into the resources as is, but it doesn't look like he's going to do that without investing more heavily. I really hope the mortars fire on this grouped up archers, because that would be super helpful. Yeah, do that. Do it. Bam. Like you see, though, like imagine if those mortars could one-hit them, all those archers would be dead right now. So, I mean, while it's great that it killed them, it didn't quite kill enough. Okay, more archers on the bottom right. Looks like we're having to make him invest more heavily. Oh, there comes the Pika. Pika's getting confused. It went one way, then switched directions. Rage on a Pika. That's sort of excessive to just use one spell on one Pika. I guess it's alright, though. Well, I sort of actually disagree with that. It just isn't going to. It one hit our mortar right there. You see that? Oh, Pikas. Interesting pathfinding. It went for the cannon, despite the mortar being closer from the way it went. I think that was due to the spell, partially. We don't have many defenses left, so it's sort of going to be the Pika parade, even though it's only one Pika, so it's the solo lonely Pika parade. Can we kill it? That'd be fun. I think we'll kill it, or it'll run out of time. We should kill it, yeah. It's probably going to hit a spring trap right here if it doesn't die first. Oh no, it's going the wrong way. Sweet. Okay, that was one benefit right there of having a gap for the spring traps next to the archer tower. The Pika decided to go through the walls, so it died for sure. And didn't actually detonate the spring traps. Let's see how our army's doing. Very close to finishing. Well, 4 minutes. Not that close. Okay. We are going to keep building. Or destroying, I guess, because we're still in the destruction phase. Okay, so base we're going to create. Yeah, I already mentioned that it was going to be town hall outside the walls, which I expect to get endless comments about. Oh, your town hall's outside the walls. Did you know you lose when that's destroyed? Yes. Don't say that, please. That's my imitation of people who aren't fans and just like stumble upon one video that like they start watching at like episode, I don't know, season 4 episode 20, uh, and like that'll be like my, I don't know, that'll probably be like 80 videos into this series, so they won't have heard me my strategy and reasoning behind this. Like, guys, thank you. I know though. Um, I know I'm gonna get that question all the time. I'm just regretting it, like doing Town Hall Outside the Walls. It's such a good decision, but I'm just going to have to deal with the consequences, which is basically getting comments for the next 10 decades about, 10 decades, 100 years, about why it's such a bad idea and how I'm such an idiot for doing so, probably. Okay, we're down to just the walls. Let's start deciding how this center is going to look. So I'm going to do a larger center. Now that we've got 3 mortars, I definitely think that's going to be a good decision. Question is, how exactly do we do that? So, center. Now this is a 2x2 right here. And if we're going up to a 3x3, we're going to need to expand it. Let me see where exactly the center of this 2x2 is. I think we're going to have to end up moving all the walls, unfortunately. Okay, that builder's hut's in the center right there. So, say that builder's hut was a 3x3. It's going to be offset a little bit, but that's alright. Stop, drag the wall, don't zoom. Or don't pan. Okay, so I'll put in buildings as soon as I can. We're going to put them in on this bottom right. They really need to put in like a construction mode that just lets you pick up all these walls so you're not left dragging hundreds and hundreds. Actually, let me compute where this is going to be. I think it's only out 1. That'd be very handy if I can figure that out now. Yeah, it's only out 1. I'll save myself some dragging later by putting these where I think they're going to be in the end. So I'm imagining a 3x3 in the center, which means we're going to have 9 buildings. So that is going to be 2 gold storages, 1 elixir storage, 3 mortars, 2 wizard towers, and the air defense, I think is what it's going to work out to be. The 1 elixir storage I'm going to keep as a this one right here, actually. I'm going to keep as a low level and keep outside if possible. You know what? Let's do lower level walls and inside as normal. Let's put in the buildings as we can go along. So do we want to do mortar? Question is, do we want to do mortar right here? This is going to have to move down 1. Or in the corner. Well, mortar in the corner allows you to cover more. Which I'm not sure, is that a good thing or a bad thing? So you want to group up your defenses. So that means you basically want them to overlap as much as possible. So if a unit is attacking one defense, everything else can focus it down and kill it. So you can't have a group of guys that focus down your defenses. I said I was going to use these worse walls, but I'm forgetting. So sides or centers. So option 1 is here, option 2 is here. It's sort of hard to imagine what it's going to look like. How about this? I could put wizard towers in the corners. That's a good one. Let me find my wizard towers, because their range is shorter, so I'd rather have them hitting more things, which, if it's on the corner, it will do. Protecting more things, I guess, is the key. So, wizard tower here, for example. What should we put in the center? We can do a mortar in the center. What does the mortar's range look like if it's right there? That's a really good range. Yeah, definitely mortar's going in the center. Whatever our highest level mortar at the time is will always go in the center. We've got 2 that are equal at 4 right now, so that's alright. So we could do them in a line. Where's the last mortar at? We also have new walls to upgrade, so I could put all of them in the center. Or I could use them as like buttress walls. Mortar, there it is. It's hard to notice because it's a lower level. It doesn't look the same. Okay, so I hope you guys are starting to see this coming together. But it's going to look sort of like this. We need to move these last 2 walls for this part and then some on the top. Stop panning. Ugh. Supercell, please add something that lets us pick up all walls and just place them down. Please. Especially for us iPhone users. iPad, it's not as bad. I mean, it still sucks, but it's not as bad. It's painful versus terrible. It's the difference. Okay, so you see this coming together. So the storages will be in the center here. There's only 3 storages, though, and then there's 1 air defense. Other air defense, the lower level one that's still upgrading to level 2, that will be somewhere else around. I would like to put the air defense in the center, but the thing is we won't get attacked by air that much. And with 2 air defenses, it should be offset. So then the other one will be offset to the other side. If that makes any sense to you guys. Let's see. Let's just start putting stuff in. Let's find the air defense. It's around here somewhere. There it is. So we could do this, and then other wizard towers upgrading. It's on the left, I think. Yep, there it is. Wizard towers are very expensive, but oh so good. Oh so amazing. The only downside about them, obviously, is their range. Everything else are great with. Air, splash, rate of fire, damage, everything's amazing. Their damage is actually 60, look at this, 16. This is level 3, 16 damage per second. Look at this, 7 damage per second. That's right, more than double a mortar. Nearly said cannon, as you probably heard. Okay, so the other 3 gaps in here will be our resources. Theoretically, possibly. So the question is, do we want to have our mortars right there, or in more this format? So I saw a base recently. It was a Redditor's base. Let's see, what was his name? It was Brochies, and I believe he's in maybe Reddit Charlie? Pretty sure it's Reddit Charlie. And he had a base quite like this, which sort of inspired me to do a 3x3 in the center. Although I am fortunate that I don't have 4 storages, so I can include an air defense. Because my other one is low level. It's this one right here. Obviously it doesn't need to be protected because it's at level 1. So yes, air defense. So I could do this, or I could do them in a straight line, as you saw them before. So let's look at how their ranges look. This, by being here, it covers a lot more outside the walls on this bottom and top right side, but that's not necessarily a good thing. There's not going to be necessarily that much stuff out there, versus this, which more evenly covers the defenses, which will be in this ring right around here. The walls are a little tight on the top right and bottom left and bottom right, but the defenses will, the other cannons and archer towers will be like right in this gap, down here, this side, and this side, as well as some of the more important buildings will be in there. I think I'm going to do a line, which is different than Brochi's. He did a cross in the diagonal, but yeah, I'm going to decide to do a line for those reasons right there. I could also kick out this and this while they're upgrading. And obviously I could actually, it'd probably be better to build this base a bit later once I'm higher level upgraded for them. But you know what? I sort of want to do a base build and you guys are really complaining loudly about it. So I do listen, guys. I'm making it. We'll put the air defense right here for now. That means because it's all offset on the left, the other air defense will be over here on the right somewhere. We'll figure out where though later. It'll sort of have to just fit in with other stuff. Walls. Okay, let's start doing walls. So Brochi's did an interesting sort of funneling strategy. What he did was, funneling is a very, very, very important topic. I've used it up until now primarily with spring traps, to push guys onto spring traps. But at higher levels, funneling onto your mortars is oh so important. Yeah, just is. Let me put the resources in the center while we're at it. Oh, you know what? Our army's totally going to be done. We should go do that about now. There. And we'll leave the last one until later. Okay. Yeah, army's is completely done. So let's go wrap up this episode, and I'll come back in the next episode, start it off with an attack, and then we'll continue with the building. But first, let's queue up guys to replace. Let me know how this first part went, guys. I think I'm going to be spacing these episodes out over different days. I am starting my school semester right now when you guys are watching this. Tuesday will be when this video goes online, and I have school starting Wednesday. I'm flying back to school on Tuesday, so when this video just came online, I probably just got in, and I'm probably very jet lagged. Not much fun, but yeah, that's what my schedule's like. So that's why I'm going to space them out, because I just can't produce quite as many things. There's a lot of stuff going on. Buying supplies, getting textbooks, going to class. First day of class is Wednesday. Okay, so yes, as I said, wrapping up this episode right now, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and see you tomorrow with the next base build. Have a great day.